to introduce, we are Karthik and Sana. We both work in IT industry in Bangalore. Okay, so I think we together have more than a decade of experience here. So I was talking about personality types, sanguine and melancholies, right? I hope you remember. Sanguines were very jovial and very, to gel along, it's very easy with sanguines, and they're very popular actually. And melancholies, they are very organized and clear, right? So today I'm going to speak about the third category type, okay? This is from this book called Personality Plus by Florence Ritter, right? So I'll go to quickly share my screen. Okay, right. So I hope you are able to see. Okay, so today this powerful choleric. Okay, so this is a very powerful characteristic among all the four, right? So they are extroverts like sanguines, but they are doers. Sanguines are more of talkers, but cholerics are more of doers. Okay, so let us quickly get to their strengths. Okay, what are their strengths? I'm sure some of you will be able to relate. Okay, so if you see their emotions, right? They are born leaders. Okay, they're dynamic, they're creative. They have great need to change. They keep changing, and they're very flexible, and they correct others if they're wrong or if there is any error. So they're willing, the great willingness and firm. They avoid acting. I mean, they're unemotional kind of. They're not easily discouraged. They're free, independent, and they exhibit great confidence. They're capable to do anything, right? So how do they behave in workplace, right? They're always goal oriented. They see the big picture, okay, the whole picture, very well organized, and they find practical solutions. They're very fast acted. They delegate. They know how to delegate stuffs. Okay, the emphasis on results, goals. Okay, they make targets. They stimulate activities, and they develop. I mean, if somebody opposes, you can't do this, they make sure that the other person is wrong. Okay, so as a friend, okay, they need not have much friends, but they like group activities. Okay, they need to lead themselves and organize. They always or like to be right, true, and they excel in emergencies. If there is any issue, emergency, right, they immediately act. Okay, as a parent, how they exhibit strong leadership. They set targets. They motivate families to action, right? And they know the right answer. They organize the households. So all in all, if you see, they are more of a leader characteristic, right? If you see any national leaders, or if you see people who run companies, businesses, right? What is the main characteristic of people of all? You need to cast vision to people. You need to make them see. See, as an employee, he might not be knowing what is the big purpose behind what he's doing, right? Somebody has to let them see a big picture, right? So, and very flexible. They keep changing stuff. And I mean, the perfect example which I could relate is, right, when I came to PM. I mean, I had this characteristics long back, but over a period of my, I mean, experience and journey, this characteristic faded away. So when I came to PM and book club, both Kiran and Vijay were more of these personality types, right? And I was like, I mean, whenever Vijay comes up with any idea, by the time I digest it and before I implement it, he again changes. And by the time I get used to the second idea, again he is going to third idea very fast, right? And even Kiran also, like quickly they change. I was more of in a comfort zone and to quickly adapt to their ideas. And yeah, I mean, in a positive way, right? So we need cholerics to be frank, right? So as I said, any like we need wise leadership. It's very good for the nation also. Okay, so now let us quickly go to see what are the negatives, right? So I mean, like I apologize in advance if I am because this is, I'm going to, whatever I'm going to talk about is completely from the book. Why I apologize is cholerics don't feel they have any weakness, okay? Because they always feel they are always right, and they have more strengths and weaknesses for others, right? But what the author says, if positives go to extremes, they can become negative, and at some point of time, if they don't understand their faults, it can be a downfall. They can see a downfall in themselves, right? So we can quickly know and correct ourselves if that is the case. So let us see what are their problems, right? So they are compulsive workers. I mean, they don't mind working 24/7, right? So what is the solution? What the author says, okay, learn to relax. And there is a book called When I Relax, I Feel Guilty. Okay, you can read that book. Take the pleasure of others. See, like it's feel guilty when you want to relax, because they feel if somebody asks them to work for 10 hours, they can work, why not 14 hours, right? So they don't like to relax at all, because they feel they guilty, and it need not be, right? And what is the next one? They like to be in control always, right? So what is the solution? Okay, respond to other leadership. Okay, when you are working as a team, or when there are some other leaders emerging, okay, we need to help them emerge, and you need not be in control always, right? And don't look down on the dummies. As I said, like, if you have strengths and see weakness in others, okay, it's like we consider them as dummies. During the initial part of my career, I was like that. When I want to give KT to any of my teammates, I was like, I will tell only once. You have to understand once. If you ask me second time, I'm gone. Okay, it's like that. I was feeling. Okay, what is the next problem? Okay, they don't know how to handle people, right? And this is more of a relationship issue. So especially when you we learned about how they are professionally and all these things, right? If it comes to a household or relationship, this slide is mainly for them. And see, you need to practice patience. We already have a boss at office, right? We don't need another boss who is impatient at home also, right? And you keep advice until last. Some people don't like to get advice if they're not asked. I mean, not everybody will take it positively, right? So until they ask, don't give advice. Tone down your approach and stop arguing and causing trouble, right? So I think, this was the choleric husband, and when his wife was sick, he puts her in on the bed, and he tells, when you are well, right, you can come out, and he shuts the door. Okay, so this is a small, powerful act of choleric. Okay, so if for the other person, if a wife was not choleric, she doesn't like that behavior, right? So the last slide, what I want to share is you're right, but unpopular. I mean, you need not be right always, right? So what is the solution? Let someone else also be right. Give a chance for others also to be right. Okay, learn to apologize and admit you have some faults. Because like if you have tattooed your strengths on your right arm, and you say weaknesses for others, not necessary, right? So yeah, like if you admit your weakness along with your strengths, and you can work on it realistically, you can be a perfect person that you want to be, right? So yeah, so more or less this is what I wanted to share. And yeah, I have experienced this powerful choleric in the form of my father. And I know how my mother, I mean, that they had the relationship gaps, because my mother was not a choleric. So I mean, my family members, we know how the experience is, especially in relationships, it is not that great. So that's why I'm insisting on powerful cholerics. Okay, I hope this was a value add. Thank you so much.